Well, reports have come out just recently, this past week, of a giant recall going on in 22 states. Most of these news articles were published from news sources in Ohio. It says over 110,000 cases of ice cream recalled in Ohio and 22 other states over listeria concerns. Now, I just read that headline and thought that has to be impossible. There's absolutely no way that would ever happen to a USDA, FDA-approved food item grown and put together here in America, because they say that our food supply is safe. Meanwhile, in most parts of the country, Warclim is illegal. Now, if you don't know what I mean by Warclim, if you're new here, that is that certain phrase spelled backwards that I'm not allowed to say on YouTube. Every single one of my Warclim videos has been taken down, even if I don't mention Warclim, but just drink some Warclim on camera, they yank down my video. Ask me how I know. You're not allowed to talk about Warclim. That's that phrase, that certain phrase spelled backwards. Warclim. So, you're not allowed to have that stuff. That stuff's illegal in most places in the United States. It's very dangerous. If you drink that stuff, you're putting your life in your hands. You're putting people in danger. It's just something that should not be consumed. It's a poison. And of course, whenever the government tells us something is poison, we should believe them. When they say things are safe and effective, we should believe them. I've been drinking Warclim since even before I moved off grid. We started buying this from a farm back in St. Louis. I think it's probably been close to 2 decades. My family, my kids have all been raised on Warclim. But apparently, they're safe, approved, FDA food items are now coming back and are proving time and time, this is just one recent example, that they are in fact dangerous. So let me read the rest of the article here. It says, it says, check your freezer. After discovering possible contamination with Listeria monocytogenes, which can cause serious illness, Rich's Ice Cream initiated a voluntary recall on more than 100,000 cases of their ice cream bars. Symptoms of Listeria infection includes fever, muscle aches, headaches, confusion, diarrhea, and convulsions. I mean, that's half the United States at this point. I mean, half of the country, or approximately half the country, voted for Kamala Harris. That right there is a symptom of confusion. And look at the way the world's going today. Half of our country is absolutely, obviously confused about some things. So I think most of the country is suffering from listeria contamination. It says it can be life-threatening for the elderly, the young children, pregnant people, and immune-compromised individuals. And if you have not had your clot shot, you are one of those people. You're now in danger of this listeria bacteria that is infecting ice cream. And the affected products are chocolate crunch cake bars, strawberry shortcake bars, and a whole bunch of other ones that they list off here. From this company, from the Rich's, what's it called? Rich's Ice Cream. It says they were sold across 23 states. It says Ohio plus 22. So half the country, including right here at grocery stores in Ohio like Walmart. If those items were in your freezer, it's advised to toss them or take them back for a refund. Don't consume them. What about these strawberry shortcake bars? Let's go ahead and just read the ingredients list of these strawberry shortcake bars. I printed them out. It says no artificial dyes. It's produced in a nut-free facility. No high fructose corn syrup. Sesame seed free, whole grain. And it's a smart snack, whatever that means. Oh, and it's labeled kosher. What is the ingredients? It says here skim milk, whey, water, cane sugar, corn syrup. So it does have corn syrup in it, which is going to come from GMO corn. Maltodextrin, which is another corn product that is produced from GMO corn. So it's got, so far, 2 GMO sources in it. butterfat cream, stabilizer, mono and diglycerides, guar gum, carabine gum, carrageenan, artificial flavors, which if you don't know what artificial flavors are, you don't know what those are because they're not going to tell you. It's a whole mix mash of chemicals that they put together. And it says here, no artificial dyes on the thing, but it's got artificial flavors. So that's different. Artificial flavors, okay. Artificial dyes, we don't do that. No, so there's no red 40 in here. So that's good. You got that going for you. Red beet extract is how they make the strawberry actually look red. The strawberry bar look red. Citric acid, and the coating of this is made up of soybean oil and palm oil. So there's 2 more GMO ingredients. The crunch part, so the outside source of this strawberry shortcake bar, is made of whole flour, or wheat flour, which is, again, 2 more additional GMO sources. Sugar, vegetable oil, soybean, and palm oil. So again, now 2 more additional GMO sources. Contains 2% or less of the following: soy, lecithin, salt, more natural flavors, red beet extract, annatto extract, and baking soda. So it's got an entire array of GMO sources for the ingredients. One thing I can't find here is any sort of, I guess you can make cake mix out of the flour, the GMO flour, but there's no strawberries. So you're going to get a strawberry shortcake bar with no strawberries, but you're going to get red beet extract because that's how they're going to make the strawberry flavor. They won't use red 40, thank goodness, but what it should be called is red beet shortcake. Red beet shortcake. It's red beet shortcake. Okay, this is just, so here's the deal, guys. This is why I've been trying to tell you guys for years. There's a lot of reasons why you need to be growing your own food. Have a garden. You know, a 2,000, 3,000 square foot garden is not really that unmanageable. It's like printing your own money. It's a way to avoid IRS taxes because all of this corn that I'm growing, that you see behind me here, I don't pay taxes on this. This is food that I produced myself. I don't have to pay taxes on it. When I mean, normally when you go to the store, you have a sales tax, you have all kinds of taxes that you have to pay. I pay no taxes on this. It's like printing your own money. And I know how this was grown. I know it was sprayed with nothing. It's an heirloom type variety. It was grown naturally here in my garden in soil that I have built over the years myself. So I know everything that's in this soil. I do use a ground cloth, but I use the organic grade ground cloths that have no BPA, no PFAS, no phthalates. So I take great care into the food that I produce. I have my first sort of sizable, I got a whole bunch of these green bell peppers coming in right now. And these are going to go into my salsa that I'll be making here in a little bit. So I'm really excited about that. I got lots of tomatoes coming in. All this stuff you can produce on your own. Guys, the stuff you're buying at the store is not real. It's fake. And they're going to consistently tell you horrible stories about Warclim and why you shouldn't be drinking this stuff. Meanwhile, the stuff that they say is perfectly safe and sound is found over and over again to contain listeria, things that will make you confused, things that will make you vote for Kamala Harris and other morons like that. Listen, I'm one of these people who's not exactly happy with all the Trump stuff going on right now. I don't like half the things he's doing. Some of the things are pretty good. I think some of the stuff he's doing is just off his rocker. But it's still better than Kamala Harris. It would have to get really bad before I have to say and admit, I'd rather have Kamala. And the way our country's going these days, yeah, I'm going to stick to my guns on that. We are a confused nation right now, especially when you're going to the store and buying strawberry shortcake bars that really are just red beet bars. Red beet shortcake bars. You're confused. You can't read an ingredients list and not know that this is not strawberries, nor is it shortcake. All right, guys, this is where we're at today. Grow your own food. Grow your own gardens. The way you get good at gardening is to actually do gardening. It takes time to do that. And I've got lots of videos on my channel that show you how easy it is to do these things, how you're going to have successes, how you're going to have failures, but you're going to learn. Over time, you're going to become a good gardener. but it takes some time. It's like anything in life. The more you do it, the better you get. All right. Now, if you notice during this entire rant that I've been out here in the hot sun doing in front of the camera, there has not been one ad. I don't like YouTube ads that stop your concentration of or the message of what's being said and interrupt. I don't like that. So I don't put ads in the middle of my videos. What I do is I talk about my Patreon and I talk about some of the things I offer out there. Right now, there's a whole bunch of herbs and things that are growing out there that you can harvest for your medicine cabinet because the medical industry is just as messed up as the food industry is in this country. There's these books that were published over 100 years ago by a guy named Dr. A.B. Howard. They're out of copyright, out of print, and I have the PDFs, the latest editions of these, and I give these to all my patrons. And these show you how to make all of these medicines that people used over 100 years ago, medicines that worked. Most of these things are growing in your backyard. This is mostly grass right now, but over there I know I could pick out some of these things that grow in my backyard. There's color photos and all of these things. If you bought these on Amazon, you're going to pay, last time I checked, $400 for one or $500 for one and $400 for the other. I give them to all my patrons for as little as $1, $1. You join my Patreon, you get access to these downloads. You can download them, get them printed. Don't keep them on the cloud because at the time you're going to need them, you want to be able to have hard copies. The other things I give you all kinds of information about butchering animals. I give you videos showing how I do that. The methods I use. I have videos on there about butchering cows, butchering sheep, butchering chickens. All that stuff is on there. I give you a grand tour of our chicken coop, the Mac Daddy of all chicken coops. I give you that. Plus, I give you ham radio communications information on how to set up your own ham radio communications and some of the things that I recommend for that. It's good for you to have a comms plan, a communications plan with your neighbors and maybe other family members. I show you how to do that all on my Patreon, and you can join for as little as $1 a month. If you join at higher levels, I really appreciate that. We do send out gifts and items from things from the Homestead or other gifts to my patrons from time to time throughout the year. So you'll get access to some of those. And if you join at higher levels, I really appreciate you because you guys really make the Homestead go. But don't miss this. Thousands of dollars, hundreds of dollars, depending on, so I've seen these for as much as like $2,000 sometimes on Amazon, depending on the market. Don't pass this by. Use the knowledge that I have put together for you and use this to the betterment of your own homestead. I hope all that makes sense. All right, so first pepper of the year. Do you know how much more enjoyable? They're just so much more flavorful. When you grow your own food out of real ground that's not been chemically fertilized, it actually has good things on it, it's going to taste so much better. So much better. So much better. All right, I'm going to do a corn video coming up soon. It's going to be on the patrons page here. Next, I've been doing some recipes on the best way to eat corn by Nero Wolf. Now, I have a little bit of a different take on that, so I'm going to share that with you. I'm going to try to get that video up and edited today or tomorrow. So watch out for that. It'll be up soon on the best way to eat the corn that you're growing at home. And you can do this with store-bought corn if you want to. If you want to buy that GMO stuff at the store, fine. But I highly recommend growing your own, and I'm going to show you the best way to eat this to get the most enjoyment. According to Nero Wolf. If you don't know who that is, you're going to have to go on Patreon to find out. According to Nero Wolf, it was a book series written in the 1930s. Check it out. Patreon.com/American Homestead. Link is in the description below. I'll see you next time on American Homestead. Bye!
Have you ever gone to a health food store and seen all those small bottles of probiotics in your cooler section? Man, can they be pricey. Are you really getting all you need to improve your gut health from those expensive bottles? How viable are they? Most of those products claim to give you between 8 and 15 strains of gut-healthy healing bacteria. Think of each strain of bacteria as a different factory in your gut. Each factory is responsible for breaking down that food in its own way. The more factories you have, the more the food is broken down and the easier the food is absorbed and digested by the body. A 2018 study published by the National Library of Medicine shows that one fermented head of cabbage can produce up to 114 strains of beneficial bacteria. That's a lot more food factories than you're getting from that expensive pill bottle. And that's just cabbage. Imagine the probiotics when you add garlic, onions, pepper, and more to that ferment. PerfectPickler.com and its home fermentation kits provide you with everything you need to get started making your own gut-healthy food factories from the comfort of your own kitchen. PerfectPickler.com even provides a jam-packed recipe book with many of our kits. Visit PerfectPickler.com and start fermenting your own veggies to begin your journey to better gut health. That's PerfectPickler.com.
Hey guys, did you know you can become a patron of an American Homestead? They get access to private videos, and we send them gifts from the homestead that we make here on the homestead. And we also enter our patrons into special giveaways that are only available to them. And before you go, please check out these other great videos. Go ahead, click. Oh wait.